We are live and welcome everyone. This is Linda from Linda's Stamping Escape, and we are here on our fourth and final day of the Frosty Frights and Summer Delights extravaganza. So it's those 4 days went pretty quick. So tonight is the last night, and we're celebrating the holidays with the Jolly Holly Bundle. This bundle contains a stamp set, the dies, and a hybrid embossing folder. And there are 7 dies with this bundle. So don't forget to say hello when you pop on in, and we'll get this party started. So right here, I have the Holly Jolly stamp set. And it comes with 16 different stamps, which is nice because the way they have them, you can coordinate these however you'd like. So that makes it very versatile. And then we have the embossing folder, which I will be sharing with you tonight, along with the dies. And again, there are 7 different dies, and we'll be using a few of them. So let's get started. Let's bring out that embossing folder. We'll start with that. And it is really pretty. I did a couple with last night's paper. So there they are. That's these two. I did them in the green versus what we had yesterday. And I haven't really played with these yet. Actually, UPS just dropped this off at 4 p.m. tonight. So I was in a little rush mode. Hey, Tony, how are you? So this is what your folder will do. It creates this, and that is what we're going to be working with on our first card. Do you remember that two-tone cardstock that was on sale just a couple weeks ago? Well, I got some, and there it is. This is the two-tone. There's the lighter side. I chose the darker, and this is Old Olive. And I embossed that with our folder. And I just want to move this, but I don't want to lose it. And with the two-tone, you can use a sanding block, which I actually found. And look at it's even a Stampin' Up block. Hey, Dawn. Hello there. Jump in and say hello, ladies. So what we're going to do is come in and just, I love the blocks because it gives you a nice even surface to work with. And we're just going to rub that across. And you can see the white popping in, right? If you want a little bit more off the leaves, then you're going to have to come in with one of the corners and just take a little bit more off. Okay. I'm mostly looking for those little dots to pop out because it looks like snow almost, right? And then our little berries. So we're going to sand those down. This is such cool paper. And because it comes in 12 by 12, you can use this in your scrapbooking too. Hey, Barb and Cheryl, welcome. We are started. This is the two-tone cardstock we're working with, and we just sanded off some of the embossing that we did. Now what I'm going to do is grab the cherry cobbler, and I have the light here, and you could use real red. I just grabbed these two. And I'm working with the little tip here, not the brush end, but the tipped end. And I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to gently go around on those berries. And if there's a little white spot left, that's okay. I don't mind that. But sometimes there are little white spots, but because these are elks, they do tend to absorb. So you don't want to get too far out. Just kind of stay right on that little nub of the embossed area there. And you'll be able to get that on there pretty clean and easy, especially with that little blunt tip there. I use that a lot, that tip. I will tell you, I use it a lot more than the brush end. So, and then I don't have to worry about, wrecking the tip because those tips are soft and they will, um, Tony says, what is that block called? Oh, Tony, it is a stamping block and it has been retired for quite a while ago. And welcome, Carol. Carol is a fellow demonstrator, 21 years. Somebody else has been here for a while, and you're from Michigan on the Lake Michigan shoreline. You are lucky. We love that shoreline, don't we? Okay. I'm not sure if you can actually, I think you can buy a block actually at one of the, if not a craft store, maybe even the hardware store. They might have something that you can use to create a flat surface with a little sanding. So that is what I'm using. And yes, I'm cheating because it was long ago, this block. It's just easier for me because remember yesterday I used my nail file, but hey, anything works, right? So now that we made this all pretty, and look at how easy that was, I cut this piece down to 3 3/4 by 5, and then I'm going to mat it with a red, real red, and that's 4 by 5 1/4, and then your A2 card base, and that's how it looks. I finished it up ahead of time. Like I said, I only had 2 hours to create today, so that was in power move. Carol says you can get cosmetic block from the Dollar Tree. Oh, I didn't know that. I'm going to go there. Are they sanded? Interesting. I'll have to check that out. So this is the red and white baker's twine. And then, of course, I'm using my tried and true stylish shape dies again. But the joy actually is one of the 7 dies that comes in this bundle. So cute, right? I love it when they do words. So super simple one to make. And then we are going to move on. Now, how many of you have worked with the hybrid dies or folders? That's what this one is actually. And I just want to show you, I'm going to pull out the die. So here's that big die. And I'm going to show you a little tip because you know how we're always kind of feeling around to see where it is. I put a little red dot on my die and a little red dot on my folder. So I don't have to feel around. And then I also know automatically what side it goes on. It goes on the side that lifts, and this actually will lock right in. She's like, oh, sure. I'm going to set it down because there it goes. Okay, see how now I'm really shaking you guys up too. Okay, see how that locks right in there? Isn't that cool? So this is going to lock in here, and we're going to put our paper in. And I did not cut my paper big enough, which is okay because I just quartered it. So, because I'm always trimming down anyways for my cards. So not to worry. We're going to put that in there. And then let's grab our plates so you know which plates to use. If you have the white machine, which is the new one that's available right now through Stampin' Up, you are going to use your base plate, which is base number 1. And the instructions are on here. So with 3D embossing folders, this isn't the 3D, but it is the hybrid because our die fits in it. So you're going to put that on next. And then number 4 goes on. So when you're working with this hybrid embossing folder, you need platform 1 and number 4. So these 2 will cut this for you. And when you run that through the Big Shot, excuse me, your die cutting machine, you open that up and you are going to get this. So there it is. It not just cuts, but it embosses at the same time. So how cool is that? Now look at this. These pop up and you can easily, just pull on an edge so that you can have some massive texture on your card, right? I just kind of use my finger to pull that up a little bit. They also can fit some of our so you can squeeze this in here if you want to use that. And it doesn't matter which ones you use. Let's use these 2 bigger ones. There we go. So now that's going to hold that in there. How cute is that? But now for our card, I'm going to keep this out. So this is cut with the larger of the 2, because there's 2 of these. And then I took the second one and laid it on top and die cut a red little piece there. So I'm going to use that as decor for my card. We're going to use that for the greeting. But what we're going to do with these is we are going to Stampin' Up. Got this. So all we have to do is kind of follow their cards here. And if you want to be stressless, then just kind of pick out the ones you want, and then we'll fussy cut them. But there's not much fussy cutting. So just kind of go in there and do a major easy cut so you can get in there with your fingers and really cut that. Let's see, I think I'm only going to use 2. So you can save the rest for later. I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to follow their design and cut to cut here. It's just easier for me to, I don't know about you, if you can cut them out while it's all together, go right ahead. It's personal preference. My little hands don't want to get too fussy all the time. And this way I can just turn my piece to where I want it. Okay, I'm going to use this one and then this little bigger one here. Okay, so let's just go right in there. And you can see that they're just hooked on by a little bit. See how that is? So I follow their line and go to the next line. And now we have 2 pretty little hollies. Raise your hand and tell me if you are a fan of holly. I love holly. All right, little old olive here. And my old olive. And I might use it for a different color green once in a while, but normally it's old olive. And I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to brush my edges just a little bit, just to give it a little more color and dimension. Tap a little. Basically doing them edges. See, a little bit there. Pull that in. No holly lovers out there? I wasn't sure I was going to get this one because I know in about a week or two, we're going to be ordering from the new upcoming holiday mini catalog. So if you guys have not set up your customer profiles, do that now so that when I go in to pick out catalogs, your name pops up. If you do not have a um, customer profile set up, your name won't pop up. So you can call me. I always have a couple extra at home, but this way I can send it to you, especially if you guys live further away. So for those of you who just placed orders, you know you have your profile set up, so you don't have to worry. Okay, now we are going to take a A2 card base. This is 11 inches by 4 1/4. And then a pre-embossed white front. We're going to make this super simple, but really pretty. So we're going to take this and we're going to pull this back out. Let me get that out of the way so I don't make a mess here. Put that back there. Okay. And then we're going to grab one of the greetings that says, "May the spirit of the season bring you hope, happiness, and love." So that is what our sentiment is going to say. And I'm just lightly tapping on that. And it's for my little pad here. So I get a nice stamped image. Oh boy, you guys, I'm going sideways. I'm really brave tonight. I got ink all over my fingers. Oh yeah, it's Friday. Hey, Lisa. Lisa is a fellow demonstrator as well, and she is actually my accountability buddy. So we met on the cruise ship in Greece. Beautiful. Oh, again, may the spirit of the season bring you hope, happiness, and love. How pretty is that? Okay, so now that we got all our little pieces, let's put these together. And I'm going to start with my card front onto my base. Again, that's just basic white and real red. Totally Christmas colors, right? And then our old olive is going to pull that green in. And now I'm going to add a couple little strips here because I'm not real sure where I want this to go yet. I'm thinking maybe about there. Don't you love grid paper? Look at that. They're always straight. Okay, I think that's good. I think that's good. All right, we're going to put that on here, but we are going to pop this up. And look at that. Oh, you know what? Do I have my pad left over here? Yesterday I had my little here it is. You'll know when you see it, my silicone pad. I'm just gonna save the day right now. What I'm going to do is stick these on here. Okay. Then we'll do our dimensionals last and kind of popping that all up together. I'm going to bring this down here so you can see that going around. And then this isn't going to make that much difference. So I'm going to put him on the corner. So we're even here. Now we're going to have a little more fun. So we're going to grab that cherry cobbler back out here. And we are going to grab the adhesive backed metallic gems. And I pre-dyed a couple just to make sure this worked. And of course it does. So I'm going to do 4 smalls. You're killing me, smalls. I'm sorry, baseball terminology there. Oh, and we are just going to color those red. Back over one more time. I didn't like the dark cherry cobbler. It was too dark. Right. Oh, we got thumbs up and hearts. I love it. So hopefully these are dry. They dry pretty quick. So I'm going to also give this a little dent. I'm going to push those little berries in. And then we're going to do 2 smalls and 1 large on each one. And you can go back and touch up on those. Isn't that adorable? All right. So my little giveaway tonight is, of course, going to be the adhesive backed metallic gems. I give away a little sampling or a drawing when we get everybody's name in there, right? And let's just go back and do a little bit of a touch up on our pieces here. And it's really going to pop when you see this on the white. Okay, let's flip this over. Ooh. If you do not have a silicone pad in your Stampin' Up! Room, look at me, Stampin' Up! Room, in your stamp room, you need to get one because they will save the day. Now, our little dimensionals here will hide and help pop up that little decorative piece there. These are a little chubbier than normal, so I'm thinking these are from my paper pumpkin kit or something. I'm going to put 2 here. All right. And then let's crinkle and pull. Funny, when you crinkle them, they're almost easier just to pull them up with your fingertips. Dimensionals are so fun to use. Do so much for your projects. Okay. Now, right smack dab in the middle. And does that green not make that pop? Oh, yes. So that's just one other way that you can use that hybrid embossing folder and just get that. You can cut it apart or leave it together and make sure, you can tuck one of these in. You could probably use any shape to tuck in there, and then this one is the 2-tone cardstock and just brushed over, and a little bit of our core products here are the red and white cardstock. And then I got Old Olive here and the Old Olive 2-tone. And then we got blender pens and our adhesive back gems. So that is it for this evening. If you guys have any questions, remember we have till midnight tonight for the free shipping with a $75 order. And along with that, if you do that 75 and you get your free shipping, I will throw in some festive pearls for you. They are no longer available and you're going to love them because they are, it's a light green, cherry cobbler, silver, and gold, just in time for Christmas. And you will also get your name tossed in for this cute little craft tote, and it's in strawberry slush, perfect for Christmas in July. So, yep. And this one runs through the end of July, so till the 31st. For every $50, your name will go in the drawing. We will draw live on Friday morning for that one, August 1st. So again, did you see the card on the page? It's kind of yellow and green. Do you know what that paper is? No, but I will chit chat with you after this. So there we are. Easy. You guys, these are easy cards. It doesn't have to be hard to be pretty, right? So pretty cards that we can make a lot of and send to our friends at Christmas time. So, and I know a lot of you done. You amaze me. Friday to everybody. And for those that ordered, thank you. And I'll be keeping up with some more fun later on. And then I'll send out one more reminder that the free shipping ends at midnight. So thanks everyone for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful Friday and a great weekend. Good night.